أعزائي المشاهدين مساء الخير، أهلا بحضراتكم جناب السفير، وبنستكمل حوارنا وحلقتنا عن جمهورية فنلندا، ومعانا ضيفتنا سعادة السفيرة لورا كانسكاس دي باريس، سفيرة جمهورية فنلندا في جمهورية مصر العربية. والحقيقة احنا الحلقة اللي فاتت اتكلمنا عن يعني الوظائف اللي هي كانت بتعمل فيها قبل العمل الدبلوماسي، وعن البلاد اللي زارتها من خلال عملها الدبلوماسي الى ان وصلت الى مصر والى القاهرة، وان هي قد ايه بتحب مصر، وان في تواصل بينها وبين مصر والمصريين، وان هي لما جت هنا حست فعلا ان هي دي البلد اللي كانت نفسها ان هي تشتغل فيها. بنستكمل النهارده بقى حوارنا عن جمهورية فنلندا، ناخد فكرة اكتر عنها وعن العلاقات بين مصر وفنلندا سابقا وفي الوقت الحالي وما نتطلع اليه باذن الله. Welcome again in our program and in second episode. In the first part we talked about your career, your jobs, your working in United Nations, your life and your children and your husband. In this part we are going to talk about Finland and the cooperation between Republic of Finland and Egypt. First of all, if I wanted to give the audience some outlines about Finland, what we are going to say about this beautiful country.
Well, it's a country of forests and lakes.
Forests and lakes.
It's we are a country that we are at the moment this year we are celebrating the 100 years of our independence. So we are quite a new nation compared to Egypt. But during these 100 years we have had a very fast development and
too much effort.
We have much efforts, and in still in the 1940s, 50s, Finland was an agricultural country. The industrialization took place only starting from 50s, and today we are a nation that is highly industrialized, and we have a very good high technological level. We have people who are well educated.
And it's a very good point for Finland.
Yes. So and this all has happened in very rapidly.
If we talk especially about nature in Finland, what we are going to say about the beautiful nature, about the life in forests, about wood field, about lakes.
Well, that's something which is, of course, very different from Egypt. We are
and the weather is very different.
Yes, we are only 5.5 million inhabitants in Finland. We are about 330,000 square kilometers. So we are, in fact, we are very sparsely populated country. So that's why when you are driving in Finland outside the capital or the Helsinki and Helsinki region, the whole Helsinki region, you can sometimes drive kilometers and kilometers and you don't see anybody.
It's isolated.
It's isolated in that respect, and you see the forest, you see the lakes, but you don't see necessarily people.
You think it's nice?
It's yes, it is very nice, and it's
it gives you time to meditation and to concentrate on own nature.
Yes, and that's what nowadays the studies say.
I think this has affected the characteristics or the character of people there.
Yes, of course it is, and also the fact that the climate is quite tough in Finland.
Yeah.
We have
it's very cold and snow all the year.
No, not all the year, but we have the 4 seasons, which are all different. Winter, spring, summer, and autumn. And during those 4 seasons, we have the weather is different, but also the duration of the day changes. During the winter, the time when you have daylight is very short. In the northern parts, the sun doesn't come up at all. In Helsinki, where I'm coming from and where I live, we have 6 hours of daylight, and the rest of the day is dark.
Without.
But then during the summer, we have, in the northern parts, there are 24
the
hours.
Opposite.
Yes.
Oh. And the sun rises and no dark and no night.
Yes.
So it's very different climate and weather. It's very opposite.
Yeah. I personally like it.
Contradictories. You know, it's very contradictory.
Yes, but somehow it's something. It's probably the only thing that I miss when I am abroad. That this changing seasons and changing light, because it's somehow part of my identity also.
It's your lifestyle.
قد أحصى أحد علماء الجغرافيا وجود 187,800 بحيرة في فنلندا، حيث تشغل 10% من مساحة البلاد وترتبط ببعضها بقنوات طبيعية وأنهار. تشكل الغابة أهم مصدر اقتصادي في البلاد وتشغل ثلثي مساحة البلاد. يستخرج منها الخشب وعجين الورق، حيث يتم تصديرها إلى كافة أرجاء أوروبا صيفا وشتاء. منطقة لابوني كما في باقي مناطق البلاد تقريبا فقدت المواسم وجهتها. فالليل القطبي يدوم طوال الشتاء، بينما يغطي النهار فصل الصيف كله. صيف تنيره شمس منتصف الليل.
We will talk about the education in Finland, and I know that Finland is very specialized in this field. Talk to us about this field and the cooperation between Republic of Finland and Egypt nowadays in this field, especially education.
Well,
tell us about education in Finland at first, because many ambassadors here in my program talk to me about education in Finland and how it was very, very special. And
yes, we have been rated. Education in Finland has rated several times among the top educational systems in the world. And this is based very much on the fact that we have good teachers. The good educational system is based to the fact that the teachers are well trained. They are professional. They are in fact trained in university. They have university degrees. They are
especially in the first stage.
Yes, and also the profession of a teacher has traditionally been something which is very much respected in Finland. They have
many training courses,
and they are considered people in, especially in they used to be in small villages and so on, that they were the important people. So the profession is respected, and so you can choose good people and train them. And then of course we try in our educational system to make the people, make children already from the very beginning to be innovative. So the system is not based on the fact that you have to learn by heart what is said in the books. It's more based on the fact that you have to find where the knowledge is.
You have to be creative.
Yes, you have to be creative. You have to find where the knowledge is. You have to be able to deal with the knowledge. And
this is a very nice concept.
I think these are the things that bring us very good results. And
I think this is the reason behind the rapidly development in Finland.
Yes, yes, that's true. That you need educated people to be able to develop the systems and to have know-how in the country to invent new things, bring innovations, and that I think we have.
Is there any cooperation between Egypt and Finland in this field?
Well, we have had some discussions. Of course, we are ready to have discussions. I know that your people here who are in they know also Finnish system very well. I have had some discussions with people, and usually most of the people know that we are in the top of the countries. And especially, I think there would be some knowledge that we could share, especially in teacher training or, for example, vocational training also. That's something which is important
for the teachers.
The vocational, and also other in more general, that vocational training, because so that you have skilled workers also to different professions.
Now we will have the news of our program, then we complete our speech. أعزائي المشاهدين، بنلتقي مع نشرة أخبار جناب السفير ونرجع لحضراتكم مرة تانية، انتظرونا. أخبار السفارات الأجنبية في مصر. سفير السودان بالقاهرة يؤكد على أهمية زيارة وزير الخارجية للخرطوم. أكد سفير السودان لدى جمهورية مصر العربية ومندوبها الدائم بالجامعة العربية على أهمية زيارة وزير الخارجية سامح شكري إلى الخرطوم ولقائه مع نظيره السوداني السفير لبحث العلاقات الثنائية بين البلدين وسبل تعزيز هذه العلاقة. سحر نصر توقع اتفاقية لتطوير التعليم مع سفير اليابان. وقعت الدكتورة سحر نصر وزيرة الاستثمار والتعاون الدولي اتفاقا مع سفير اليابان لدى القاهرة في مجال تطوير التعليم المصري بحضور الدكتور خالد عبد الغفار وزير التعليم العالي. وتأتي الاتفاقية في مجال تطوير التعليم في إطار اتفاقيات التعاون المشترك التي تم الاتفاق عليها خلال زيارة السيد الرئيس عبد الفتاح السيسي الأخيرة لليابان. سفير بيلاروسيا بالقاهرة تعاون مع مصر في تطوير صناعة سيارات النقل والجرارات. صرح سفير بيلاروسيا بالقاهرة بأن رئيس بيلاروسيا اتفق مع وزير الدولة للإنتاج الحربي خلال لقائهما في مينسك على دعم التعاون الصناعي وإقامة خطوط إنتاج مشتركة في مصر في ضوء الاتفاقيات التي نمت بين الرئيسين في يناير الماضي. سفير كوريا الجنوبية إنشاء أكبر مصنع بتروكيماويات في مصر بتكلفة 3.7 مليار دولار. كشف سفير كوريا الجنوبية لدى مصر أن إحدى الشركات الكورية تنشئ أكبر مصنع بتروكيماويات في مصر وسينتهي العمل به يونيو 2018 ويوفر حوالي نصف احتياجات مصر من السولار. أهلا بحضراتكم مرة تانية ولقائنا مع سعادة سفيرة جمهورية فنلندا بجمهورية مصر العربية، وبنستكمل باقي حوارنا عن أوجه التعاون بين مصر وفنلندا في الفترة اللي جاية ومعلومات أكتر عن فنلندا. Welcome again. We will complete our speech about the cooperation between Egypt and Finland. We will talk about the field of food. Is there any cooperation in this field and any memorandum of understanding in this field?
For the time being, there is is not any cooperation. We used to have a program here also, but at the moment it has been completed, and there is.
Talk to us about this industry in Finland itself.
Well,
it's very famous. I know about this industry and the big amount of forests. And
yeah, well,
and you worked there before.
Yeah, of course. I mean, there is this trade between Egypt and Finland is wood, timber. In fact, that is something which is. You know that Egypt is our most important trading partner in Middle East and in Africa, and most of that trade takes place in timber, and that is something that has existed already 100 years. And all these difficult years when you had revolutions. The trade in timber continued, and during the last couple of years, it seems to be that it's increasing. So there are certain kind of ties between our countries in this respect that have been very steady, very kind of stable, and hopefully continue also. So and it's. Timber or wood is something which is very important for economy in Finland. It's also a question about environment as such. It's gives us clean environment when we have.
I know.
And
without population.
Yes, and
without pollution.
Yes.
What about the cooperation in the field of electricity and energy, about hydropower, energy of wood?
You know, at the moment, the most interesting opportunities for cooperation in the field of energy is, in fact, in solar energy, and that might sound surprising to hear that when we just discussed that Finland the weather is quite cold, and during the winter there is daylight very little.
Yeah.
So people are surprised that are you having solutions for solar energy, and that is true. And all the specialists with whom I have talked with, they have told me that, well, you know, because there is so little sun in Finland, we have to have solutions that are really good. That
so
really
it would be very important, I know, to keep it this for the cold days.
So. We have very good. There are some discussions about cooperation in this field. All these kind of energy-saving solutions and so on, which require technologies. And
if I'm going to talk about culture and music and arts in Finland. And we will talk about the music bridge between Finland and Egypt in opera. Tell me about this experience and give me your impression about it.
This is something rather exceptional, I have to say also, that it's we have had this musical bridge already 10 times here in Egypt, and it's the concept is such that we have a very well-known musician, a pianist, who is having classes here for young Egyptians, and they arrange concerts here in Cairo, and a gala concert usually in Opera House together with Egyptian musicians. So it's something. What we say, for example, the theme of our 100 years of independence at the moment is doing together. That is something doing together. The Egyptian and Finnish musicians, they share an experience together.
They have the same spirit, spirit of musician, spirit of music. So it's a bridge.
Yes, that's why it is a bridge. And they do things together. They share the experience. They share their knowledge.
If we back again to Finland and talk about life in Finland, about people's style of living, about your main dish there, about your food, give us some examples about that.
Well, because we have lots of lakes, we eat
fish.
We eat fish. Finnish people have also always, it's a tradition that we go to the forest and pick the berries. Blueberries, for example.
It's very healthy.
It's very healthy. When I was a small child, I always went with my parents to pick the berries in the forests, and we picked the mushrooms in the.
Healthy also.
And now Finland. The forests, we have so-called everyman's right. Even if the forest is private, everybody has the right to go there to pick the berries or the mushrooms, and you can't go there to make any harm, but you can.
You can prevent.
But no, it's called everyman's right, and you go to a lake, you can go and fish there if you have a kind of general fishing permit. So what comes out of forests, it's available to everybody, even if the land belongs to somebody else. That is something.
It's enjoying your nature. Enjoying nature.
Everybody.
No one can prevent.
Yes.
We go to your last visit to Alex. Talk to us about this visit and about its benefits.
Well. The objective of this visit was, first of all, to make a courtesy call to the new governor of Alexandria, and then to meet some of these timber traders, because most of those traders in Egypt that are dealing with the Finnish wood, they are situated in Alexandria, and that was all parts of this.
You went to Alexandria Library.
Yes, and then I went to the Alexandria Library, and I was really astonished. It's something to be really proud of. It's an amazing place, beautiful, and all these activities that are there. So
it's amazing.
It's amazing, really, very nice place, and that's something I want to go again. I didn't have so much time to study it very carefully.
It was your first time?
It was my first time, and I was really. And then I had this discussion with the governor of Alexandria, and this, as I said, it was a courtesy call. We talk a little bit in general what kind of cooperation possibly could be there, and I hope that will end up in something. We have, for example, previously had some cooperation with Alexandria in environmental field. There is a plan for treatment